Hi everybody, Mike Paradise and John Rayhorst here with Automotive Process Champions in this week's Win video series. For the past few weeks, John and I have been presenting the Singlethread tool to a number of our clients and colleagues in the car business. And what we've been hearing are such exclamations as wow and isn't that amazing. What we have discovered also is that this is a communication tool that's overcoming a number of the common points of pain at dealerships. So instead of focusing on the features of this tool, what we thought we'd do this week is talk about a few common points of pain and how Singlethread is overcoming or is actually the best answer to overcome these.
That's right, Mike. We know we're preaching to the choir, but the common theme we hear when we go around and talk to dealers and general managers with respect to their business is their job is really boiled down to maximizing return while maintaining or increasing that customer experience. And that's kind of a tough nut to crack. In presenting Singlethread to a lot of our dealers, what we found is that they get really excited about how it can help enhance their process and at the same time making it more efficient, giving their people more time. In other words, they don't have to add more people in order to provide a better experience. They just allow customers to communicate easier with the dealership.
So when we talk about maximizing the return on the efficiency, where does the process break down or bog down? And there's a couple of different common points of pain. For instance, the appointments. How does the Singlethread tool help us overcome the point of pain with the appointments, John?
Well, here's a really good example of efficiency. Mike and I, one of our favorite books is a book called Grinding It Out. It's a story about Ray Kroc and the building of the McDonald's empire. And there's a lot of people that still say that one of Kroc's biggest contributions to the restaurant business is conditioning people to clean up after themselves. Well, the first thing we do when somebody comes in and we introduce the Singlethread tool to them is we say, hey, Mike, you know what? You're going to get a text message here in just a couple of seconds. Do me a favor, type back start so that you can open up the communication between yourself and myself. And then once he does that, high confidence level, Mike, do me a favor, save that under John at Dorsch Ford. Anytime you have a service question or you want to communicate with the service department, feel free to shoot me a text. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now think about that. I sit down and I have a morning routine, and part of my routine is sitting down and taking a look at the things that I have to do during the day, people that I might have to talk to. I might fire them a real quick text that says, hey, I need to talk to you later today. What time do you have? Right? Making things a little bit more efficient. If I had to, I could say, hey, Mike, I need to get in and have my oil changed and have my brakes looked at. Do you have a couple of minutes over the course of the next couple of days? Or an appointment over the course of the next couple of days. You see what that does is if we could take 20, 30, 40% of our customers and get them conditioned to doing that, how would that help the people that in the BDC that are taking the appointments, the service advisors that still take appointments? It should make their job a heck of a lot easier.
Another thing that we talk about is repair order approvals. That's a point of pain at a lot of dealerships in a bogged down area. How does it help out, the Singlethread tool help out with the repair work or approvals?
Well, in the age of technology, the fact that we're unable to get a hold of people instantaneously is just, quite frankly, it's ridiculous. We can send an email. A lot of times we call, we get their cell phone, we leave a voicemail. Customers don't listen to voicemails. Well, think about why they don't listen to voicemails. They're in a meeting, they've got life going on, they're at their kid's kindergarten recital. Whatever it might be, the likelihood that they're going to pick up the phone, pretty slim. But if they get a text message, Pew Research tells us that the average person is going to answer that text message within 3 minutes. So I have Mike's vehicle up on a lift. We need new brakes on it. He wasn't aware of it. I fire him a quick text with an estimate on it saying, hey, Mike, in order to keep your vehicle safe and maintained, we need to take care of your brakes here. This is how much it's going to cost. All right? Mike's going to get that in the form of a text message. And here's the beautiful part. The simple interface of Singlethread allows him to do one of three things. He can either approve it right there, all right, which then I have a record of. He can send me a text message back saying how bad are the brakes. I'm not necessarily sure I want to get them done right now, or if he does have the time to call me back. So we're not taking cars up and down off the lifts, bringing them in and out of the back end. Think about, for dispatchers and people that handle that flow, how much more efficient is their life going to get?
We've seen a couple of wows and examples of where that has worked out so well. Picture this. A client comes in to pick up their vehicle. It's 5 o'clock in the evening. They're sixth in line, and when they get up to the cashier, they look at their repair order, and it's not exactly what they were expecting, and they're angry, and they start taking it out on this poor cashier. A point of pain at a lot of dealerships is the experience at the cashier. How does Singlethread perhaps help out with that situation?
Well, Mike brought up one of my pet peeves. I mean, at the end of the day, active delivery is something that should happen with every single customer, every single one, even if it's an oil change, line by line walking through. Well, this is what we can do. 100% of our customers that opt into Singlethread, we can fire them a quick invoice that details exactly what was done with their vehicle, and guess what they have the ability to do? They can either approve it, they can text back and say, what are these shop charges all about? Or they can pick up the phone and they can give us a call and say, hey, I have a question about my bill. Preempting and keeping the customer from losing their cool when sitting across from somebody that absolutely has no idea with what happened with the work. But here's the other thing. Once that invoice is approved, Mike, the system will give them the opportunity to pull out one of their approved MasterCard or Visa, all right, and with a couple of quick entries using the same merchant account in a totally secure environment, pay for their bill before they ever come into the dealership. So it's kind of like those rental car places where all you have to do is walk in, drop off the keys, and walk away. At the end of a long day, and to quote Roger Penske, never make people stand in line to give you their money, and I put a little addendum on that, especially at 5:30, because they don't want to be there.
Yeah, so another point of pain. So this is a fully integrated piece of communication, and it allows the customers to make appointments, communicate directly with the service advisors, the managers, and even the dealer. It allows them the opportunity to view and approve their estimates and their invoice. It allows them to pay for their work online, and it gives them an opportunity to immediately, or us an opportunity, to immediately know when the clients may not be happy with their experience.
All in an incredibly simple interface. You know, one of the things that you hear dealerships say, well, I have a texting system. And a lot of times what it is their service advisors have smartphones. To manage 17 customers plus carryover all day long on a 3x5 screen would be mind-boggling. The fact that they don't make more mistakes is beyond me. They have an interface that's in front of me that's going to tell me about the customer, the whole conversation that we had, all the work that's being done, the charges as they're accruing over the course of time. Honestly, I don't know that it could get any simpler than that.
So give us a call. It's free. You know, let's do a 20-minute demonstration. What do you have to lose?
God, they're probably saying to themselves, how the hell are these two guys going to get it done in 20 minutes? They can't even do a video in under 10. All right? We hope to hear from you soon.
Thanks. Have a great week.